Round 2.
Oh my God! Round 2!
That's right, I said round 2 against the San Jose Sharks. I have been meaning to put that soundbite in there for so many goddamn postseason runs, and I finally remembered. It's not even funny. I just meant to put it in there. But yeah, the San Jose Sharks are our next obstacle. 4 wins down, 12 to go. An effort to retain our championship. We haven't really had a run-in with San Jose as compared to the other California teams. So I don't really know what to expect. But as far as what our team did in that first series, not too bad. Chychrun 6 points, Stamkos with 5. Tanner Pearson, a point-a-game player after we put him into the lineup. So we knew that he would not only weaken LA, but he would be very valuable to have if needed, and he has been just that. But let's take a look at the Sharks. I do want to get into the sim as quickly as possible. Centers, you have Chris Tierney an 86, Tomas Hertl a 90, Devin Shore, the former UMaine product, an 83, and Logan Couture an 87. So their lowest overall centers an 83. That's some pretty good depth, especially too if Hertl and Tierney continue to be point-of-game players. But Logan Couture is still there. Joe Pavelski is not, unless he's not a center in this game by default, but I'm pretty sure he is. Barclay Goodrow, only an 82 overall, but he has 4 points in 5 games. Crazy. Donskoy an 84 overall, and Marty Myers an 82. So not the highest overall left wings, and I imagine they'll have one extra right wing that plays out of position. But Barclay Goodrow, man, 82 overall, puts up points. Tyler Ennis, 85. Goldobin, an 86. Toffoli, an 85. Jeremy Morin, an 83. And Nikita Soshnikov, an 85. So really the only big names, I mean, you have, 286 overalls. You had an 87, and then Tomas Hertl at a 90. So not a tremendous amount of depth, but you can't discount them. You never know if their players are going to perform. Defensively, Ryan Murphy an 87, Danny DeKeyser an 85, Mirko Mueller a 90 overall, Julius Bergman an 83, Troy Nieuwendyk a 79, Jeremy Waugh a 76, and Justin Braun an 81. So I imagine the top pairing is Mueller at a 90 and Murphy at an 87. That's a good top pair. Second pair is probably DeKeyser and Bergman, which drops off a little bit. Like, that'd be an excellent third pair. And then their actual third pair, I imagine, is Braun and Nieuwendyk. So as far as defense goes, we definitely have them outmatched. The goaltender is Martin Jones. He has a .938 save percentage through their first 5 games. He is having a very, very strong postseason. We should, on paper, come out on top in this series, but you never know. You just never know if certain people are actually going to perform. As far as the playoff tree goes, the bracket, we could very well be in line for a rematch against the Blackhawks, and the Philadelphia Flyers cleaned up Buffalo in 5 games in the first round. The Flyers still alive. So who knows? This could end up being a similar run down the stretch, but we cannot look past the Sharks. We know they are going to be a tough team, but we have home ice advantage, and hopefully we can make the most of it. Game 1. Let's do this. Can we continue? Can our offense continue to roll like they did towards the end of our opening series? First period, and it's a goal apiece. Tyler Ennis and Chychrun with the goals. We're outshot, but not by too much, so I'm not going to put too much stock into that just yet. Second period, and that is why. Erik Karlsson comes up big. The top pair of defenders, Chychrun and Karlsson, coming up big, and then Danton Heinen with the goal. So we're being outshot, but we're getting to Martin Jones. That's exactly what we need to do. We cannot afford to let him be just a brick wall like he was in the real-life postseason. Here we have a power play. We can't get it done. Still being outshot, but still leading on the scoreboard. I'm a little bit concerned that we're being outshot this much, but it doesn't matter. Thatcher Demko stands tall. Tanner Pearson gets the goal. In the end, we're only outshot 31-26, but it is a 4-1 win in Game 1. Karlsson, Chychrun, Heinen, and Tanner Pearson goals, 30 of 31 for Thatcher Demko. Game 2, can we get that ever-elusive 2-0 stranglehold coming out of our first 2 home games. I don't think we went up 2-0 in a series last year. And so far, of course, not doing that against Minnesota, splitting the first 2 games. I'd like to do it here. I'd like to have a little bit of comfort as the series shifts to San Jose. But game 2, first period, scoreless. Second period, scoreless. We really turned the shots around that period, but that sets up a gigantic third, and Nikolai Goldobin scores 49 seconds into the period, and that is concerning. 10 minutes to go now. Still scoreless after putting up 4 in the previous game. This isn't looking good. This isn't looking good, but Jake Virtanen with another timely goal. We got a penalty kill, though. We kill it off, and we are going to overtime in game 2. Jake Virtanen's really stepping up. Obviously, I'm disappointed in his progression, hoping he would reach, 87, 88 overall, but he's still on a very friendly contract, and in this postseason now, that is twice where he scored a very, very late goal to force overtime. But let's get to it. We want the win. We need the win, and I hope we get the win here in overtime. Penalty kill, and we kill it off. Thank God. Even in shots, anybody's game at this point. Another power play for San Jose. Jesus, who's taking the penalties? And Tyler Ennis with the goal. 2-1 final in San Jose's favor as we drop game 2. And man, we can just never get that 2-0 series lead. The penalties to Danton Heinen and Drake Caggiula. Danton Heinen had actually both of them, 2 penalties apiece. That is a rough performance for them, but Martin Jones stands tall. We didn't want him to do that, but he does. And we lose game 2. Now the series shifts to San Jose for game 3. We're going to get right into it because why not? I'm not going to make any lineup changes. We'll just have the assistant coach take care of that injury down in Utica. But game 3 in San Jose. Again, I wanted to be up 2-0. I really don't want to go down 2-1. That would suck. So let's do this. First period, and we get the goal. Danton Heinen. Nice to see him rebound after a pretty rough game there in game 2. Second period, and oh boy, Chris Tierney and Thomas Hertl with the goals. We are just getting outshot. Man, just constantly getting outshot. That's not good at all. But Erik Karlsson ties it. That's nice, but still not too happy until we have a lead. Kind of nervous because I really don't want to trail in this series. 6.5 minutes to go. The next goal almost certainly wins it, and fucking Barclay Goodrow. 82 overall. What can you say? 82 overall. Bergman adds the empty netter. And after going up and winning the first game of the series, going up 1-0, we drop the next 2 games. San Jose takes game 3, 4-2. And man, fucking Barclay Goodrow. What is it? How come our lower overall guys can't perform like theirs? I don't get it. Game 4 in San Jose, and we're in a little bit of a rough spot here. Certainly not where I wanted this series to be at this point, but this is pretty much a must-win game. We cannot fall down 3-1 against the Sharks here. First period, and again, they get the opening goal. I think that's the first time we've outshot them in the first period, but Ryan Murphy with the lone goal. Second period, still nothing on the board. San Jose has a fucking dominant second period. And we're in trouble here. Like, they are just outplaying us in every goddamn, just anything. I mean, they're getting the shots, they're getting the goals. I don't think we've scored on the power play. And then again, neither have they. But Austin Matthews, okay. That makes you feel a bit better. Austin Matthews gets his first goal in a while, but Tyler Toffoli on the power play gets the goal. We have a power play ourselves. Can we please get a goal? And we can't. And we are suddenly in a very, very bad way. 2-1 final in game 4. And the San Jose Sharks have a 3-1 series lead on us. Holy shit. All of a sudden, guys, it's not looking too good. And that's just starting to set in. Game 5, back on home ice. And really the only thing we've changed, I swapped Horvat and Castles and put them back on the third pairing. I think it was Velarde and Jared McCann that were there. Haven't really done anything. Bottom line is, I don't know what we can change. Our team is just simply being outperformed. But one game at a time. Who knows? Maybe a comeback is possible. Game 5, first period. Can we get off to the good start we need? We get a goal. Soshnikov scored 20 seconds in, but Danton Heinen gets another goal on Martin Jones. A second period, scoreless, and that sets up a third period. For all the marbles, Chychrun gets an early goal. That's good. We're still out shooting them as well. We just got to take it to him. We got to take it to him and get the Jones. Stamkos with the goal. The big player showing up, but is it a bit too late? Jonas Donskoy gets a goal back for San Jose. 6.5 to go. Can we hold on and force Game 6? Back in San Jose, Jared McCann with the empty netter, and indeed we do, even in shots, but we outscore them 4-2. We know we can get pucks past Martin Jones. It's just a matter of executing, and Stamkos led the way in this one with 2 points. 30 saves for Thatcher Demko, and we take Game 5. 1 win down, 2 more to go, but we're not looking ahead to Game 7. It's Game 6 in San Jose. Win or go home. Can our big players show up once again and simply outperform the Sharks? I see no reason why they couldn't outperform the Sharks, but they haven't done it for most of this series. First period, and there we go. That is the perfect start. Kajula a minute in, Stamkos 4.5 minutes in, and then a minute and a half after Stamkos scores, we get the goal from Bo Horvat. Glad to see he showed up. Tyler Ennis gets a goal back. I think first, second, and third line getting it done right there. 3-1, but there's still a lot of hockey left to be played. Second period, and that sets up a pretty nerve-wracking third. Logan Couture with his first goal of this series, even in shots. Who the hell knows what's going to happen here, guys? Who the hell knows? Like I said, one game at a time, thinking positively, because we know we've put together a team that can get it done. It's just a matter of whether or not they will, and whether or not Thatcher Demko can hold on. 5 minutes to go now in the third period, still up by a goal. Please no late goals for them, and we hold on. The Canucks are not down and out yet. A 3-2 victory in Game 6. James Reimer in goal. I just noticed that. I didn't even notice that it was the goals were on Martin Jones. Thatcher Demko 31 saves. 2 assists for fucking Seth Jones. Reimer was in. Why the hell was Reimer in? Martin Jones was pulled after the first period. We got to Martin Jones early and they pulled him. And we're going back home for Game 7. Game 7 on home ice. I feel like I should be a little bit more concerned at this point, but after what we've seen this team do, particularly in the last postseason and their comeback efforts, I know we can pull this off. I know we can come back from a 3-1 deficit and win this series. Besides, it's the Sharks. Everyone loves to call them choke artists, so let's prove them right. First period of Game 7. Not what I was looking for. Hurdle and 83 overall Devon Shore. Danton Heinen gets a goal back, though. Second period, Stammer ties it. Jesus, I thought that was a San Jose goal. Stammer ties it, and that sets this up. We're, one more shot than them, pretty much even in shots, even on the scoreboard, and it all comes down to this. Can our big players get it done? Can Demko shut the door? Let's find out. Just you watch, though. It's going to be someone like Stamkos, Drouin, Austin Matthews. It's going to be one of our big players that gets the goal here. 8 minutes to go now. Power play for San Jose, and we kill it off. All right, come on. It's winning time, boys. It's winning time. Don't go to overtime, please. Don't go to overtime. Don't go to overtime. We're going to overtime. All right, well, it's a fucking even game, man. It's weird. Like, we're better on paper, but the shots are always even on the scoreboard for the most part. It is concerning. Overtime. Let's do this. Come on. Somebody step up, be the hero, and get us into the Western Conference Finals, and it's Austin Matthews getting it done. We're going to round 3. A 3-1 deficit? Who cares about a 3-1 deficit? We have this amazing team that we have assembled. The San Jose Sharks can't get it done. They cannot withstand the offensive firepower. And after being very, very scared that we were going to lose, a 3-1 deficit's erased, and we win in Game 7. What a performance again for Thatcher Demko, shutting the door. Heinen and Drouin, of course, 2 players on our top line, getting it done. And man, after a scare, we are moving on to the Western Conference Finals. The question is, are we now due for a rematch with the Chicago Blackhawks, or will we face the Dallas Stars? I believe, again, for the first time in the playoffs. We had never faced Minnesota before. I don't believe we ever faced San Jose either. Will it be the Dallas Stars or the Blackhawks? And it is the Chicago Blackhawks in the third round. I quickly want to take a look at what the Utica Comets are doing. Let's see. The Comets are up 3-2 in their series, so we can sim this game to see if they are moving on. They are not. So the Utica Comets are going to Game 7, but the Vancouver Canucks are moving on to the Western Conference Final, a rematch against the Chicago Blackhawks, the team I didn't exactly want to see, but the Flyers have been eliminated. Vancouver, Chicago, New York, and Ottawa, the teams remaining. Of course, guys, in the next episode, we will take a look at the Blackhawks, see if they have made any major changes to their lineup, and hopefully we can overcome them once again. The quest for a repeat. We are halfway there. 8 wins, 8 more to go. And of course, in the next episode, that journey continues. As always, if you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already to continue following this series, because my God, it's going to be a barn burner of a series against Chicago in the next episode. But until then, guys, I'll see you next time.